What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C4, and today bringing you a new series to the channel, Legendary Rosters. And I was thinking maybe I should do the Eagles. Eagles will be episode 2, but we're starting with one of the more iconic franchises in the NFL, the Chicago Bears. Just think back to that 85 Bears rosters with that 4-6 defense. Buddy Ryan, Mike Ditka, but we have Mike Ditka, the player, not the coach, but plenty of legends to go through here with the Bears. We'll take a quick look at the roster before we go through. Starting at quarterback, we got Jim McMahon, one-time Pro Bowler, 11,000 total passing yards, 67 touchdowns to 56 interceptions, 1,200 rushing yards, and 15 rushing touchdowns. So I think, I was thinking about it. Who would be the consensus top quarterback for the Bears? They'd never had, that great of a quarterback history, but we went with Jim McMahon. Then we have Sweetness, Walter Payton, 99 overall, one of the greatest players in NFL history, one-time MVP. Hall of Famer, 9-time Pro Bowls, 5-time All-Pro, 21,000 yards and 125 touchdowns. Gale Sayers, Hall of Famer, 4-time Pro Bowler, 5-time All-Pro, 6,000 yards, 48 touchdowns, and that was in 5 seasons. Then we got Matt Forte, 2-time Pro Bowler, 12,000 yards and 64 rushing touchdowns. And we will finish up with Neil Anderson, a 4-time Pro Bowler, just shy of 9,000 total yards and 71 rushing touchdowns. So where they lack in quarterbacks, they have some of the greatest running backs of all time, if not one of the greatest in Walter Payton. Fullbacks, Daryl Young, whatever. We kept Alshon Jeffrey, again, one of the top wide receivers in Bears history in terms of talent. They haven't really had that many great ones, but I figure we'll stick with Alshon, and we will add an upgrade and make Devin Hester what he once was. Let's go back to Devin Hester. Let's not skip him here. Devin Hester, 4-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro. He has 217 receptions for 2,800 yards and 14 receiving touchdowns. But the kick returns, he has 8,745 kick return / punt return yards and 18 touchdowns. One of the greatest returns in history. Tight end, we're going Mike Ditka, Hall of Famer, 5-time Pro Bowl, 2-time All-Pro. 4,500 receiving yards and 34 receiving touchdowns. Then at left tackle, we're going Jimbo Covert, 2-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro, one of the best left tackles, if not the best, in Bears history. Offensive line is where it was tough to find some legends. Like I said, I'm not trying to make every single legend, but the ones that are good, we will. Olin Kreutz at center, 87 overall. He was a 6-time Pro Bowler, 1-time All-Pro. Think back to the old days of Madden in the early 2000s. He was one of the top centers in every single game. Right guard Kyle Long, we bumped up his rating. I think he's a really good right guard, and when all is said and done, could be one of the best guards in Bears history. Tackle, it is what it is. Couldn't find really that great of a tackle. Left defensive end, we got John Bullard, 72. Then at right defensive end, Richard Dent, 97 overall. Hall of Famer, 4-time Pro Bowler, 1-time All-Pro, 8 interceptions, 124 sacks, 641 tackles. It was around that time when they weren't really counting a bunch of tackles, but still very productive and one of the greatest Bears of all time. Then at D-tackle, we got 94 overall, Dan Hampton, Hall of Famer, 4-time Pro Bowler, 1-time All-Pro, and 57 sacks. And then we also got Refrigerator Perry, William Perry, 28.5 sacks, 456 tackles. Not the greatest player, never made a Pro Bowl, never made an All-Pro, but it's more the iconic factor. We had to include Refrigerator Perry. Then we got Parnell McPhee, who will be, like I said, you have Bullard DN, but when you go to a 4-6, McPhee will be a defensive end. Middle linebackers, again, much like running backs, just so many legends. Dick Butkus, Hall of Famer, 8-time Pro Bowler, 5-time All-Pro, and 22 interceptions. They didn't really count tackles back when he was playing. Brian Urlacher, 8-time Pro Bowler, 4-time All-Pro, 22 interceptions, 11 forced fumbles, 41.5 sacks, and 1,354 total tackles. And then you got Mike Singletary, Hall of Famer, 10-time Pro Bowl, 7-time All-Pro, 17 interceptions, 19 sacks. Again, wasn't really playing when they were counting tackles, but all those guys are legends. Then at right outside linebacker, we're going with Lance Briggs, 7-time Pro Bowler, 1-time All-Pro, 16 interceptions, 16 forced fumbles, 15 sacks, and 1,174 tackles. And then we got Wilber Marshall, 3-time Pro Bowl, 1-time All-Pro, 9 interceptions, 8 forced fumbles, 16.5 sacks, and 300 total tackles as a Bear. Then at corner, we're going Peanut, Charles Tillman, 2-time Pro Bowler, 1-time All-Pro, 36 interceptions, 8 of those he brought back to the house, 42 forced fumbles, the Peanut tackle, and 856 tackles as a Bear. And safety, you couldn't really find the best safety to really add. But we did make sure we got Robbie Gould, who's a 1-time Pro Bowler, the all-time leading scorer in Bears history with 1,207 points. So like I said, guys, the whole theme of this thing is not to create every single legend. I downloaded, the top legendary roster, if you will. They had to make a lot of additions for us. But, most of them are there. So what we're going to do is we are going to Super Sim every game that's not a divisional matchup, and we will play the playoffs. So we have first one against the Texans, a victory. Jim McMahon, 287 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Walter Payton, 100 yards, 1 rushing touchdown. Not bad for him. Jim McMahon also got a rushing touchdown. Receiving, Alshon had a nice day. Kevin White with 2 touchdowns. Gale Sayers out of the backfield as their second running back had a nice day as well. And on the defensive side of the ball, we got after the quarterback. Urlacher had 10 tackles. We got 4 sacks for Richard Dent, 2 for Urlacher, 2 for Dan Hampton, a sack and a half for McPhee, a sack for Tim Jennings. Remember Tim Jennings, Bear fans? And half a sack for Mike Singletary. And Jennings and Peanut adding interceptions. So going into week 2 against the Philadelphia Eagles, another victory, a 38-24 victory for the Chicago Bears. Jim McMahon, 262 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Let's see what Sweetness did for us. 95 yards, no touchdowns. Gale Sayers came in pretty effective, 79 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. We got a sick 2-headed running attack. Receiving, Alshon Jeffrey, 4 receptions, 105 yards, and a touchdown. Gale Sayers and Matt Forte also got on the board. So that's 3 touchdowns for Sayers. Big time game from him. Leading tackler was Richard Dent with 9 total tackles. He also had 2 sacks to go with that. Dave Hampton adding a sack, and Dick Butkus and Harold Jones-Quartey adding half a sack each, and Urlacher with the interception. Going to week 3, the 2-0 Bears take on the 2-0 Cowboys, and we suffer our first defeat of the season. Jim McMahon, not the best of games, 236 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Could not get the running game going at all. That is pretty disgusting in all things. Receiving, not that great. Dick kept best performer, 5 receptions and a touchdown. Defense side of the ball, Butkus, Briggs, and Singletary all over 10 total tackles. They're on the field a lot, I guess, judging by our offensive stats. Urlacher with the lone sack. And did we even get an interception? Yeah, there you go. Harold Jones-Quartey with the interception. So 2-1 Bears going up against the 2-1 Lions. And as I said, we'll do the Super Sim, and then we will jump in and play the moments as need be. And we're jumping in here on defense. We have this legendary Bears defense. So most times I would, more or less not play defense and try to stick on the offense. But when your defense is more iconic, debatably, than your offense, I'm going to try to show you some defensive highlights as we'll use Richard Dent here right now. Oh, Barry Sanders. This is not a great matchup here. I can tell you that right now. Because we made it somewhat realistic, so Butkus doesn't have the best of speed. So now Detroit is 3rd and goal on the 4. They have Bobby Lane in there at quarterback. Calvin Johnson on the outside. We're worrying about that. Let's see what we got here. Try to get some pressure on the interior, and then they find Golden Tate wide open. Just walks it right in. Kyle Fuller could not contain Golden Tate. So unfortunately, we could not live up to the heralded Bears name as we're down 7-0. But now, let's try to play the moment. As we're down 7-0, 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Trying to get at least a touchdown on the board before halftime. And we got Walter Payton. That's the guy that we're going to really rely on. Converting, moving the chains, making us a nice fresh set of downs here. As we need about 11 to get a touchdown. And when in doubt, man, I'm going to be going to Sweetness a lot, man. One of my favorite players in NFL history. Look back, man. Look at his training regimen. In my opinion, like I said, we already know how biased I am against my hatred for Emmitt Smith. As we had Devin Hester, the 99 speed, really coming to effect there, breaking away from Lem Barney and Dick Night Train Lane to get into the end zone, making this a 7-7 game. My money, I'm taking Barry Sanders and Sweetness over Emmitt Smith every day of the week. But we are now still in the lead, 14-13. Detroit has been able to get 2 field goals, but our defense has been pretty stout against letting them get a touchdown as we're now 1st and 10 on our 20, trying to get some points here to end the game. Realistically, if we can kill the clock, that would be ideal. But when you're trying to kill the clock by handing the ball off to Mr. Walter Payton, it could go to the house at any given time. Let's go here. Man, he's so good, man. He's like one of the best runners as well as, man, he can go through the fucking air. He's great hands. So we hit Mike Ditka. Nice little connection there for Mike Ditka. Jim McMahon not having the best passing game. Still has yet to break 100 total yards. 1 touchdown, 1 interception to his name. But this is a run-first offense. Once they just think about that. Once Walter Payton got tired, then you start feeding Gale Sayers. And then if somehow he got tired, then you feed Matt Forte. It is just going to be a rough time. As we get to the outside with Walter Payton. Oh, there we go. Another first down. 10 more yards to add to his name. Lord knows what we're at for the day. He definitely needs a, not so much a redemption game because he's been our best player through this short season. But after getting stuffed by the Dallas Cowboys last week, definitely want to try to have a bigger game here with Walter Payton. Oh, great block. Let's go, Walter Payton. You're not catching him, buddy. To the house. Sweetness with the touchdown, 21-13 for the Bears in this divisional rivalry matchup. Let's go, 45-yard touchdown for Mr. Sweetness, wearing the pink. Not wearing the pink because he has to, because he wants to, because that's Sweetness. Let's just skip this. We're already up. Nope. There we go. There's the victory. We're moving to 3-1. Let's go. Detroit Lions with that fucking with your weird looking helmet. Bobby Lane. You mad, bro? You mad? All right, so we're 3-1. Now we're going up against the 1-2-1 Colts as we get a, is that a victory or defeat? That looks like a loss. Maybe I should not have gone that fast. Look at the stats here. Jim McMahon, 277 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Walter Payton, 58 yards, not his best performance. Kevin White was our best receiver with 109 yards and a touchdown. Alshon with a touchdown and Walter Payton with a touchdown. Defensively, Dick Butkus, 10 total tackles. On our sacks, what do we get? Pernell McPhee and Willie Young both got 1 to their name and no interceptions. So that was a loss. They're 3-2. Losing to the Colts sucks. But now we got the Jacksonville Jaguars, and there we go. We've chucked up 41 points on the Jags to go to 4-2. Jim McMahon, 318 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Walter Payton, 114 yards and 1 rushing touchdown to his name. Receiving, Dick had himself a nice day. 6 receptions, 80 yards, and a touchdown. Alshon got a touchdown. And Eddie Royal, way down in the bottom, also found himself on the score sheet. Dick Butkus led the team in tackles with 11. Looks like we got after the quarterback. Pernell McPhee, 3.5 sacks. Lance Briggs, 2. Dan Hampton, 1. And Brian Urlacher with half a sack. Let's get after that quarterback with this legendary D. Now, 4-2, Bears going against the 2-3 Packers in this divisional matchup. So we will be going to the play the moments and seeing what we can do. And this is where we fucked up. So I went with our white aways, didn't realize it was the color rush, and the Packers would be wearing their white, weird, you know, when does Green Bay wear that fucking jersey, man? I couldn't believe this shit. It hurts my eyes. My eyes! But I committed to saying that I was playing these divisional matchups, so we're going to somehow try to do the impossible. I mean, like, at least our jerseys are very white. Their jerseys are a little like a, I don't know. Like a jersey that's been sitting in the attic for too long. Like there's a cloud of dust over their jersey. So there is somewhat of a discrepancy between our two, but this is definitely less than ideal situation. But we committed to it, and on Beast Mode TV, when we commit to something, we're more than likely going to end up doing it. So let's try to move the ball here and get 7 on the board. Hopefully I can super sim the most of this game and not have to play a lot of moments so I don't have to deal with this fucking nightmare. As Jim McMahon couldn't get to the outside, got sacked by Nick Perry of USC. I guess he made their legendary roster. Like I said, I'm trying my best not to go into too much depth about other teams' legends. You're going to see them eventually on the stat board and stuff like that. But I would like it to be a little bit of a surprise when I get to every single team to see what players I did include. And I guess on the negative side, what players I didn't include. But, you know, obviously you're going to see throughout this series some of the guys before I actually officially do the team. But you're not going to see all of them, which is good. Leaves somewhat of opportunity to surprise you, and you guys can get hype. As we had Alshon here on an awful play. I don't know. That was an underthrown ball. We're going to go no huddle because we're fucking going for it on 4th and 5. It's the Packers. We're at Lambeau. We're going to show them who the real dogs are of the NFC North. And then I can't believe Walter Payton didn't catch that. Look at that mad bullshit. I was surprised that wasn't turned into an interception and taken to the house. So, we turned the ball over on downs, which wasn't the best thing. Well, luckily, we were able to force a punt, and we got 7-0 here through the Super Sim. Thank you very much. That was a 7-7 game. Block the field goal. Fuck you. 10-7 for the Packers. So now we're down. 2-minute drill. We were able to get a field goal, force the Packers to get the ball, and they punted it back. So now it's 10-10. A minute 30 seconds left in the first half. Let's try to get some points on the board. I'm liking that man coverage on Alshon. Is it Alshon? No, I guess we're going to go to the Mike Ditka option. Go for the safe hands, Mr. Ditka. Keep no huddle here. We're going to try. I think we should be able to at least get a field goal here with the way we've been able to move the ball here on offense. Oh, Walter. Sweetness. Oh, that was a bad pass. He was wide open, too. Well, that's what happens when your franchise doesn't really have an iconic quarterback. Well, I mean, maybe not so much iconic, more or less elite. I don't think you can ever consider Jim McMahon an elite quarterback. I think his path to the NFL was awesome. You ever just read about how he went to BYU, not really religious at all either, and some of the things he had to go through there. And then, I mean, you know, he wasn't quite the personality, Super Bowl shuffle, so on and so forth. But he's not the elite quarterback that you will see on some other teams as he moves the ball, kind of like an elite quarterback. But in terms of iconic quarterbacks, Jim McMahon is certainly one of the more iconic quarterbacks in NFL history. Let's go, Alshon. Make that fucking play. That's why we got Alshon Jeffrey here. Big time playmaker. And if somehow the Bears are able to re-sign him this free agency time, I wouldn't be surprised to see him, if he gets a long-term deal, end up being one of the best receivers in the history, if not the best, of the Chicago Bears. So now we're up 17-10. And look at this. I guess fucking Green Bay just walked the ball down the goddamn field to make it 17-17 to open the second half. We're letting our defense here try to make a play as they kick the field goal there. 20-17. Got Guess we got a sack. What the fuck? Okay, we're going to keep Super Steven here because, like I said, I don't want to fucking play with those jerseys too much. This contrast. So now we're at 35-30. It's 2nd and goal. Brett Favre gets absolutely shit pumped right there. This is it, man. We got to hold them to nothing. They're going to go for it. They need a touchdown. I don't think they'd probably kick a field goal in this situation. So 3rd and goal. Only up by 5. Trying to stop the likes of Brett Favre. And they got a Mon Green in the backfield. Jesus Christ. And we got Brian Urlacher here. What the fuck? It's not the 46, I don't think. Ugh. Sterling Sharp with the catch there. 3rd receiving touchdown of the game. Oh, man. All right, so let's put the fucking... We're only going to get in field goal range, so I think we should be able to muster our way down the field here a little bit. We got Peyton in the lineup. That's good. Devin Hester should be a nice little exploit here with the speed. But we'll try to go... We'll go to Sweetness when available because, you know... Best player on the team. Best player in franchise history, in my biased opinion. Even though they've had so many great players on the defensive side of the ball, I don't think you'll find many Chicago Bears fans saying that Walter Payton isn't the best player to ever wear this orange C on their crest. Let's go. Let's go. Nice little gain there. Look at that. 175 yards and a touchdown for Walter Payton against, you know, some great playmakers on that Packers defense throughout the years. But we're going to try to continue to get him involved. I mean, 99 overall. He's our best player on the offensive side of the ball by a long shot. So let's go him again. Oh, right bumper all day. Sweetness again. Let's go. Oh, that's the one bad thing. Obviously, he was never really a power back. So breaking tackles is kind of tough unless I can be elusive and make them miss, which you will see throughout this video. But for the most part, you know, we're going to have to use our speed and agility and not going to be able to run through some of these, you know, freakishly good defensive players that we will come across, as everyone has a legendary roster, not just the team that I am using. And that was not the greatest of chances there. Well, then again, we do need to kind of milk the clock here a little bit. It's looking like, by the way, we've moved the ball thus far, we should be able to get into field goal range. So let's try to give it back to the Packers with very little time left on the clock. I'm looking back at this in hindsight. Probably should have made the kill the clock option because I don't think they'll be calling many timeouts. But then again, we still have to get in field goal range. It's not a gimme yet. As Kevin White drops the pass upon contact. Would have really liked him to bring that in. He's one of the surprise players throughout this little franchise mode that we're doing here. Kevin White came up big in a lot of plays. You know, you would have figured Alshon Jeffrey's my only guy, but Kevin White and Devin Hester made some big crucial plays throughout this game. As we hit Mike Ditka to make the first down and put on the 36, and with Robbie Gould's big leg, we're already in a field goal range. So now it's time to kill the clock here a little bit and make the Green Bay Packers use up some of their timeouts. Let's see here, nice little run pass. It's giving me the green box there that this is an okay run. Yeah, that was all right. That was definitely an acceptable run. A nice 7-yard gain, it looks like. 2nd and 3. Make them burn another time. Let's run it one more time. And then hopefully we can kill the clock down and kick a field goal as there's zeros left up on the time board. Because that's a thing. Zeros left on the scoreboard. That tries a little better. Because we have another outstanding run from Sweetness there. I don't know what that was for in terms of game, but that pretty much put the nail in the coffin. Take a couple more runs, bring that clock down to 3 seconds, and let Robbie Gould do his goddamn thing. Show why he's the all-time leading scorer in Bears history. So did we do that? Come on, let's change the fucking tempo, C4. What are we doing, bud? All right, I guess we're just not. We decided not to go with the kill the clock tempo. I don't know why. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know why. I don't know if we're going to think we're going to get a fucking an automatic touchdown here. Oh, well, there we go. 200 yards on the day for Walter Payton. Let's go. Let's go for that. Let's get a let's go for that. So I have a sip here of Mountain Dew as I'm here for this almost hour-long video. Trying to keep my voice nice and golden. All right, what are we doing here? Oh, there we go. At least we turned the kill clock on that. Let's run to the outside. Oh, it would have been nice just to get into no touchdown to kind of flip off the Green Bay Packers there. But, yeah, we'll milk this clock here down to about 3 seconds. As, look at that. Oh, Mike McCarthy, you can't fucking believe it. 4th and 2 to call the timeout. Robbie Gould, you know, even though he's no longer on the Chicago Bears, and you know, it seems like Bears fans would like Robbie Gould back. Clutch kicker, man. He made a lot of big-time kicks while he was in his prime. Not so much. He started to slow down there near the end of his career. But just like right now, let's go. Perfect kick. Unless it gets blocked, we're good. as the white jerseyed Chicago Bears beat the white jersey Green Bay Packers in what could only be left known as what the fuck were the equipment managers thinking for this game. As we check out the player stats here. Jim McMahon, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, so good game from him. Walter Payton, oh my god. Signature game, 200 yards and a touchdown. Beast! Walter Payton leading the team in receiving 8 receptions, 81 yards, and a touchdown. Ditka, 120 yards and a touchdown. Alshon, 77 and a touchdown. But Walter Payton, almost 300 fucking total yards. Kyle Fuller led the team in 10 tackles. Brian Urlacher, 2 sacks, and Dent with a sack. So now, another game, back-to-back divisional matchups. The 5-2 Bears going up against the 5-1 Minnesota Vikings here as we get ready to play some moments. You know, maybe a couple moments here or there. Looks like we blocked the field goal there, and the Bears were able to convert and get their own field goal to go up 3-0. Now we found ourselves in a hole 7. Oh, look at that. That is not looking great. 14-3. So let's take over here. Let's see what we can do on offense to at least make this a 4-point game to the best of our ability if we can. Why not use Walter Payton? You know, 3rd and inches. I think we can fucking do this. Coming off a 200-yard game. Let's go. Got the unbalanced line. We're going to go to the not balanced side. There we go. That worked a little bit as we get absolutely jacked up. But I don't even know who that was. Eric Kendricks, maybe. Not a bad game. 6 attempts, 36 yards. Definitely not on pace to get 200. But now we are in the red zone on the 17, 2nd and 4. We're in Chicago. Come on, we're in front of the home faithful here at Soldier Field. Let's make a goddamn play. We got Walter Payton lined out at wide out. But we're going to go to Alshon across the middle. Big time touchdown for Alshon Jeffrey to make it a 14-10 game. His 5th receiving touchdown of the season. Definitely our best option on the outside. As we make it a 4-point game, so that's not bad. Big 3rd down. Let's see our defense make the stop. Block the field goal. Did not do that, so now it's a 7-point game. But we have the ball once again in the red zone. Jim McMahon trying to throw the ball here as we just decide maybe not put it in Sweetness' hands. Let's see what Jim McMahon can fucking do. As he hits Alshon again. Alshon is beating his corner like a drum. I'm not sure who the fuck he's marking up against him. I don't know what legendary corners they have in Minnesota. That could very well just be like Trey Waynes or something like that. But Alshon is certainly getting the better of him there. As now we open up a fresh set of downs on the 11. Let's feed Mr. Sweetness here as we get to the outside. Oh shit. We would have cut that in just a little bit more. That would have been a touchdown. But 80 first half rushing yards for Mr. Walter Payton. And this is what you're going to see. The theme throughout this video is screen passes do not fucking work whatsoever in this video. I'm going to probably call, I just remember I recorded this last night, probably 5 that you will see. I left in this game just to show how bad screen passes were on this Bears team. Fuck. I don't know if it's how bad they are on this Bears team or how bad they are when you're going against legendary rosters on a good difficulty. But that was not the best option there for a pass. We tried to really force it in there to Kevin White. 4th and 3, what are we going to do? Field goal? Go for it. You know why? Because we have Sweetness, and I guarantee that they're not going to be able to stop this fucking strong toss pitch to the outside. Not when you got a guy with, I don't know what kind of speed we're dealing with. I think he has like 96 speed. So let's fucking do it, Sweetness. He's gassing, though. He's panting. But we still should be, oh, great block there by Daryl Young as Walter Payton is able to get into the end zone and tie the game up at 17. This is a big-time matchup. This could be, the game that really shifts who will be the favorite in the NFC North between the 5-1 Vikings and the 5-2 Green Bay Packers. Gross Chicago Bears. So now it's a 20-20 game as we're coming down here at the end of the 3rd quarter. We're picking up on defense. 3rd and 10. They're trying to make some plays. I thought we just got mossed. Well, luckily enough, we had 3 guys around the ball, and when you got guys that have, almost all these defenders have 90+ hit power, it's going to be very tough for them to secure the catch. But I mean, look how close we were to getting fucking mossed there. So now we're picking up a new set of downs on the 16. Definitely, obviously we're in field goal range to tie it, but we definitely want the go-ahead touchdown here. Let's continue, man. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Continue feeding Walter Payton. Not the best of runs there. Come on, you said running it. The green side was the weak side anyways. Still come over, make a tackle, but good day for him. 100 and whatever the fuck that was, 136 yards, I think. That was, not as good as 200, but maybe, no, there's still 4 minutes left. Knowing Walter Payton still could probably hit another 200-yard game. We run to the outside. Oh, fucking just could not find the hole. Come on with your ball carrier vision, bro. You should be able to identify, not run into the back of Ditka. Identify the best possible route and not run into the back of Ditka. Let me just shut this fucking door here. All right, let's go, let's go. As we are, what do we got, 4 minutes? 3rd and 6, big time play here. hit Sweetness out of the backfield because why not? Still debatably our best receiver, even with Alshon on the team. I think I should probably take a look at the depth chart and what Walter Payton's overall is if you decide to slide him to the wide receiver spot. But, I mean, look, we're definitely going to get a touchdown here. I will go for it on 4th down because that's the kind of shit we're doing. Even though that was not the best of runs. We still have that outside pitch in our back pocket that is, going to be pretty much impossible to stop when Walter Payton is on the field. What are we going to do here? We're going to go for it? Let's go for it. Strong toss. Couldn't stop it the first time. Wasn't even close to really to stop it the first time. And there, yeah, where we go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hot, 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 hot. Boom, to the outside. Yeah, just like that. Absolutely eating the fucking words I just said. As Daryl Young gets blown up and then fucking Walter Payton trips over the block and so on and so forth. Let's try to throw the ball here, I guess. We're going to have to. That was a big time loss. That was a loss of fucking 5 yards. All right, 3rd and goal from the 8. Let's have Devin Hester run. Oh, yeah, this is usually an OP play. Devin, oh, nope. Mike Ditka. Mike Ditka made himself open. Beat number 52 like a fucking drum. Ditka getting the go-ahead touchdown. His first receiving touchdown of the game. I thought they only came out when that was my first touchdown of the season, but we'll take that as we go 27-23 on the Vikings, and we will pick up with the defense trying to stop them and end the game. 12 seconds left on the clock, 23-27. We're going to be using Richard Dent because he is a monster. Oh, almost got the Fran Tankerton. And then this is the bullshit, man. This is fucking the corniest thing in Madden this year. It's so hard to user pick a ball. I'm usually average at it. I'm not the best user picker, but I'd say I'm like average to slightly above average, and I'm struggling a lot this year. But, as long as it's not being completed, I guess I'll take it. It ain't pretty, but it's effective. As I throw it up again, look, pick the ball off. That was enough to end the game as the Bears get the ball after the Vikings turn it over on downs and get the 27-23 victory. Now the 6-2 Bears and the 5-2 Vikings. So we obviously have a game in hand on them, but we're top of the division. Let go. Let fucking go. As we check the stats out here, see how we did. Jim McMahon, not the greatest of the games here. 191 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Walter Payton, a big-time performance, 146 yards, and a rushing touchdown to his name. Alshon came on the board there with a receiving touchdown, as well as Mike Ditka, as you guys just saw. On the defense side of the ball, Dick Butkus led the team 8 tackles. McPhee and Dent also added a sack. So now the 7-2 Bears. We're going to check. What are we going to check here? Actually, we skipped the Viking games. We played the Vikings, and we were able to get the victory. 35-13 victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We'll take a quick look at the stats here. Jim McMahon, 211 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Walter Payton, 120 yards, 1 touchdown. Gale Sayers also adding a touchdown. Receiving, Alshon had a touchdown, and Dick could get a touchdown, so a repeat of last week. This guy, Jones Corti, led the team in tackles, but McPhee, 3 sacks. Hampton, Urlacher, a sack, and Young and Goldman splitting 1, and Lance Briggs with an interception. So now we're playing the New York Giants, and we so unfortunately taste defeat. Jim McMahon, 140 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Walter Payton, 170 yards, no touchdowns. Gale Sayers was able to get on the board with a touchdown, but definitely not the best offensive performance. Alshon getting the lone receiving touchdown. Defense side of the ball, Butkus led the team with 9 tackles. We also had 2 sacks for McPhee, sack and a half for Urlacher, sack for Dent, sack for Hampton, sack for Goldman, half sack for Briggs, half sack for Perry, half sack for Will Sutton. And Dick Butkus got the interception. So now we won that game, 8-2. That was a 42 victory. But then we somehow get shit pumped by the Tennessee Titans to move to 8-3. So we're sitting 8-3. McMahon had a decent game. No turnovers, but Walter Payton got stuffed. Only 31 yards. Walter Payton, well, there you go. He wasn't there in the rushing, but in the receiving 70 yards and a touchdown. So either way, he's always showing up. Briggs led the team with 11 total tackles. Tillman, Peanut had 10. Lance Briggs with the sack, and we were unable to force any interceptions for Warren Moon. So now we got the 8-3 Bears going to get the 8-3 49ers, and the 49ers beat us. They're going to be one of the toughest teams to play this entire year. Jim McMahon, not a good game. 375 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Definitely way too turnover prone for me. Walter Payton, 83 yards and a touchdown. Not a horrible game. Mike Ditka had a big-time game, though. 9 receptions, 115 yards, and a touchdown. Kevin White, almost 100 yards. Forte also had a receiving touchdown. McPhee and Butkus led the team in total tackles. McPhee also had 2 total sacks. And Dick Butkus and Brian Urlacher got interceptions. So now the 8-4 Bears going against the 9-3 Lions. So the Lions are top of the NFC North right now. And we need to, this game, we got to take this seriously. We're getting close to the playoffs. And we don't want to, risk having to play for a wild card spot. Ideally, we can win the division outright. So we are taking the ball here on the line 7 in Detroit. Remember what I said about screen passes and outside passes to running backs and they just don't work? Dick LeBeau, legendary defensive coordinator and one-time Detroit Lion. Look, how fast is this guy? I'm using Walter Payton right now, and I can't even fucking get on the bottom of the screen trying to make a tackle. That was awful. That wasn't even that awful of a pass. I thought that was the right play call, but great. That was more of a great play by Dick LeBeau to fucking, Now, like I said, we're just super saying once this game got absolutely out of hand. It's currently 31-3 for the Detroit Lions. They are playing like a legit division leader. We're going to have to, really reevaluate where we're going to take this franchise in the coming weeks. But Alshon there, nice little play to get wide open. Unable to fucking win the tackle battle, which is frustrating. Jim McMahon not having a good day. 2 interceptions on the day already. No touchdowns. And look at John Fox. What the fuck is that? Gee, he had to shit his pants, something like that. Got to poop so bad? Had to poop so bad? All right, well, like I said, screen passes haven't worked, so why not try it again? Look at this shit, man. Screen pass. So far, we have a screen pass that was an unbelievably awful pass. Then we had another version of a screen pass that was intercepted, and then screen pass number 3 was a fucking sack. So I don't know why I kept calling it. I don't know. It's just because I like forcing the ball to sweetness. You got to force the ball to your best player, and you figure a guy with great hands and great speed like Walter Payton, getting him the ball in space, he can make some plays for you. Really, this shark wheel has been the only, really designed running back pass that has worked for me. So I don't know why I just don't stay with it, C4. Come on. We're going into the 4th quarter. This game's fucking over. We're just going to try to put some points on the board and make it look somewhat respectable. Let's see what we got here. All right, we're going with the cheese. Let's see if Devin Hester can run across the field, beat his man. I fully expect he can. Wait for it. Boom. That should be good. Oh! Broke his fucking ankles as he gets into the end zone. Devin Hester is incredibly fun to play with, I'll tell you. Even it sucks because I am doing the Super Sim, because I don't really get to take off and really take part in kickoffs. That would be a pretty fun thing to do with Devin Hester. But we'll fucking kick the 56-yarder with Robbie Gould here to make it a 38-13 game. Get as many points as we can. Maybe someone thought, oh, well, look, they got 13. It could have been close at some point. Little do they know we're just, garbage time points. This will count, all right? If we're playing fantasy, all those legendary fantasy people, I guess, that we'll be playing would be happy that we're doing this. Fuck this. All right. Come on, put points on the board. All right, whatever. We got absolutely shit bumped by the Lions. Game, we're just got that completely forget about. 45-20 defeat. We'll take a look at the stats because I don't know why. 300 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks for Jim McMahon. So again, turnover prone. Walter Payton, 141 yards. He had a nice day. Devin Hester had a great touchdown run, 69 yards and a touchdown. Walter Payton also had a receiving touchdown to his name. I mean, this is Walter Payton's team. Let's see, what do we got for sack? Only 1 sack for Denton. So we got 8-5 Bears going against the 5-8 Packers. So now, with that loss to the Lions, we need to win every single divisional game. It's even more emphasized now that we got shit pumped by the Lions. So now we found ourselves in a hole, down 10-3 against the Green Bay Packers at Soldier Field. So we get sacked here in the red zone. Nick Perry again. He's showing up all over the fucking place. In the first game, he sacked us. In this game, he sacked us. He has my goddamn number. Leave me alone. I'm trying to be my own man. We're gonna have to, kind of abandon the run game, especially when it's 2nd and 14. Let's see. We got Kevin White, great speed. I think that could be a good little mismatch there. As it does, it was, and he held on to the ball. Earlier in the season, we had similar passes like that, and Kevin White was unable to secure the catch. So we will complete the catch, and we will fucking take that. All right, 3rd and 2 on the Green Bay 6. That's my nice little route here. Wow, that was actually a great pass. Great vision as getting fucking rocked in the pocket. Jimmy McMahon is able to connect with Alshon Jeffrey to tie this game up at 10. That was a great, nice little passing catch there. As the Bears also find their way to get on the clock on the scoreboard again to make it 17-10. Packers there at a field goal. As we continue to, skip a couple moments here, but we will pick it up in the red zone here on the 11 as the first half is closing to a close. Closing to a close, but we'll give it a sweetness. Fuck. I mean, if that was anyone but Ray Nitschke, we probably would have been able to avoid that tackle and take it to the house. But, Nitschke, one of the greatest linebackers. Speaking of guys like Dick Butkus, in the same regard, you had to, kind of rate the guys like Ray Nitschke on the Green Bay Packers. Drop back. Oh, fuck, avoids. Let's go. Run it in. Get the block. Run it in. Oh, did he get in? Fuck, that was so close. Actually, had some pretty solid scramble stats for Jim McMahon. He was an athletic quarterback, but that was, man, being able to avoid the sack in the pocket, get to the outside, he kind of deserved that touchdown. But we'll go with, we'll call it more often than not the unstoppable play, the outside pitch here to Mr. Walter Payton. We should be good to be able to get this in and make it a 24-13 game, and we are. Great little block there by Darrell Young. As Walter Payton's just, untouched into the end zone. That's what we're showing Young. That was a great block. As the Bears go up 24-13 over the Green Bay Packers. Packers able to get a touchdown, make it 24-20 as we're now in the third quarter. We're going to pick it up here on third down because why not? 3rd and 2. Let's make a play. Go with the pitch again. We're not even going to the coach's playbook. We're not even going to listen to what John Fox has to say. We're going to go with what we think works. And what works is feeding the ball to Walter Payton on a pitch as he gains a boatload, almost 20, I think it was 21 total yards, as he's now sitting on 71 yards and a touchdown for the game. And we'll pick it up here in the red zone. Well, let's see what the coach has to say. We're not going to disobey him 2 times in a row. I think we're gonna run this, or we're gonna air this out. Ooh, that's looking like a juicy route there to Mike Ditka. He should be able to. No, we're not gonna go for that. Let's hit Darrell Young because that was the safe pass for 2 total yards. Padding stats there. As Jim McMahon has a nice little sexy visor on his helmet because he's fucked up eyes. What happened there too? I remember Bears fans what happened to, didn't he fuck up his eyes after was it after he was drafted when he was already with the Bears or something like that? As we hit Kevin White there for a nice little gain, nice little 6-yard gain. I can't remember if his eyes issues happened while he was in college or once he got drafted. I want to say that happened after he got drafted, but either way, man, he's still, for having, the disability that he does, he was a great quarterback. As we hit Kevin White for the touchdown to make it 31-20 for the Chicago Bears over fearsome, just absolutely hated rival Green Bay Packers. So they're able to get back on the board again to make it 31-28. So now it's the end of the drive game, much like what you saw against, I don't know who the fuck it was again, but we have to just absolutely kill the clock here as best as we can. Feed Walter Payton when we can. We almost get to the outside 21. Charles Woodson makes the tackle, but that was enough yards to get Walter Payton over the century-yard mark. 103 yards, 1 touchdown on the day. Oh, don't say you fucking picked that pass. Oh, my God. Why am I know in hindsight, like, why am I doing this to myself? It's not even, we're on the fucking wrong hash. Like, yeah, look at that. We're on. Note yourself, when you call that play, call it when you're on the farthest hash. The far left hash, not on the right one. There's not enough room for him to be able to make the corner and gain you some yards. So that was pretty much just a padded stat reception for Walter Payton, but we'll run it here again. Let's try to eat a little bit of the clock. That was, above average blocking, but we'll make it probably 4th and 5, I think. 4th and 4, 4th and 5. Kick the field goal, make it a, what are we going to fucking make that? It'll be a fucking 5-point game. 6-point game. Whatever. Mass. We're not in school anymore, so I don't need to worry about mass. Yes, that's 6-point game. So, only a touchdown. We can stop him on a touchdown. We got legendary defense. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, look, we just won it. There we go, baby. We'll take over here. All right, might as well. 1:46. Still enough time, I guess. If it's 3rd and 4, if we don't convert this, we have to give them the ball back. So let's try to convert this and this fucking game and get a big-time NFC North victory. Get to the outside. There we go. First down sweetness. This shit is fucking over. Let's go. Just continue the end of the game. Come on, we'll keep playing the moment because how the fuck do we keep doing this? Well, I guess, yeah, they had 3 timeouts to burn. 3rd and 2. That's ended. Now let's try to end it. Let's run it to the opposite side. Oh, great block by Mike Ditka. That was a phenomenal block. As we gain 8 total yards, 120 yards, 1 touchdown for sweetness. It is, look at that, 1,500 rushing yards this season. Oh my God! As we get the big-time victory, and almost a must-need victory after a couple negative results there back-to-back, as we get, it tastes a little bit sweeter over the Green Bay Packers, 34-28. Look at that guy with his hands in his fucking crotch. He's just real sad. Take a look at the stats there. Jim McMahon, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Sweetness, 128 yards and 1 touchdown on the ground. Kevin White had a nice little receiving touchdown, as well as Alshon Jeffrey, as you saw throughout the video. On the defense side of the ball, Charles Tillman led the team with 7 tackles. We had a sack for Urlacher, half sack for Dent and Hampton. And we have any interceptions? 1 for Fuller and 1 for Tim Jennings. So now we're playing the 5-9 Washington Redskins. Let's see what we can do as we lose to the Washington Redskins. Oh my God, that's definitely not when we want to be losing right at the end of the season. Jim McMahon, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. 200 yards. Walter Payton, 114 yards. Matt Forte get himself on the scoreboard, showing that he's still on the team. Kevin White had a big game, 11 receptions, 140 yards, and a touchdown. Jeffrey also had a touchdown to his name. What happened on the defensive side of the ball? Dick Butkus led the team 11 total tackles and a bunch of half sacks. Maybe that's why he couldn't get after the quarterback. But fuck, that is not a good game. That means, what we got here? Let's take a look at the playoff scenario. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're fourth, I guess. But look at that, 9-6, 10-5. Especially the Vikings. We're playing the Vikings this week at 9-6. So this is pretty much for a fucking playoff spot. We're going to probably be seeing a lot. This is going to be probably somewhat of an extensive gameplay because I'm not fucking losing this game. Or at least I'm going to do everything in my power not to lose. More so than where it's just Super Sins. If we lose, we lose. Team wasn't ready to play. So now we're going to open it up here on the first drive of the game. Nice little drop back. Ditka was open. I guess we're trying to, again, force it to sweetness because when in doubt, force it to sweetness, apparently. Don't do the screen pass. Don't pick the screen pass. Who did we pick? Oh, look, we learned. It only took me till week 17 to learn that the screen pass is not working. Right bumper. All right, Kevin White makes the big-time reception there on 2nd and 10 to move the chains as we are now on our own 37-yard line. But we're rocking and rolling, baby. Not calling screen passes, so that is what's best for our health. We're going to run to the outside with sweetness here. Hopefully we can secure a couple blocks. Absolutely not, as Eric Kendricks makes the tackle in the backfield, which is, you know, I don't think Eric Kendricks in his life could probably one-on-one tackle Walter Payton, especially if, you know, the missed tackles in the backfield runs in the Kendricks family. Definitely know that is, you know, runs true with Michael Kendricks. We're going to also on Jeffrey here, run a little drag route. Should be able to connect. Yeah, nice little game when we need it. Oh, fuck. I don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure, like, I'm just losing on these tackle battles. Like, I'm hitting B. I don't know. I didn't know the QB or the CPU had a trigger finger on their hands here. Button Master King, the computer. As we hit another design pass to Walter Payton, what could go wrong? As he makes the reception. Oh, that was actually a great connection there. Moving up to the Minnesota Vikings 40-yard line. So only a couple more yards, and we're in field goal range, and you know, gives us the ability to score points on our opening drive, which is always the end goal. But we do want 7 rather than 3. Continue to keep the ball on the ground. Control the clock as he gets fucking once again. Walter Payton gets lit up by Eric Kendricks. -2 yards on the day. Oof. This might be a fucking tough game, especially if we can't get sweetness going. Audible to play a little bit. I like that one-on-one coverage with Alshon. Off. I fucking had him. If we had a little bit better protection, that was going to be a guarantee 6 points for Alshon Jeffrey there. Fuck. I hate that shit. Hey, don't you just hate that when you call the perfect play? When you audible for the perfect play and your offensive line, the thing you can't control really lets you down. Maybe I could have made the running back or tight end pass block, but we have to live with our decisions as we get Kevin White again. Break the tackle. Oh, let's go. Oh, let's go. Great run and catch there from Kevin White. As I said really early in the video, he was one of the surprises throughout this franchise mode. I was very impressed with Kevin White. Now so enough that when I play, you know, regular, not legendary rosters, if I do drafts or any of my time in my live stream, Kevin White is going to be a guy we're going to target. I was very impressed with his play. Look at this. Breaks the tackle, spin move. Oh, fan on the tackle, Harrison Smith. And then kind of tight rope walks down for another 3-4 yards. So that was a big-time reception there. Definitely the kind of momentum we like to gain here on the first drive. So now we're going to try something a little different. We got Gale Sayers in the backfield and absolutely the same result, -3 yards. This Vikings run defense is very good. Very stout, if you will. All right. Try a nice little pass here. So our main target is to Kevin White. I'm liking Kevin White. After that play, I'm going to try to feed it to him if we can. Oh, there we go. Touchdown, Kevin White. Having a day. Have yourself a day. Already had a highlight reel catch, and then add a touchdown on the opening drive, because why not? As we put 7 up on the board, and the Vikings keep going here. Let's see what we're going to do. 1st and 10, let's try to stop them here. Let's use this famous 46 defense and see what we can do. As we're going to try to use our William Refrigerator Perry and try to make a play. Stop Adrian Pearson. All right, that was a complete waste of time, I guess. 2-minute warning. Thank you, Play the Moments. Thank you for that, you know, real opportunity to, you know, sit there and waste my time for about 5 seconds. So now we're going to change it. We're going to try Dan Hampton, see what Dan Hampton has. As he fall. Oh, no. Dude, he absolutely dominates the O-lineman on the play, gets off his block, and then just gets jacked up by AP. That's a problem, too. When I was making some of these legends, like, some of the D tackles, just because the players are smaller. You've, like, this guy, like, on his, like, Wikipedia, he was one of the most feared nose tackles of his era. He's, like, 240 pounds. And, like, centers and shit like that are, like, under 250. Like, guys that are, like, way less than fucking, I don't know who's a big fat running back. Like, Mike Tolbert. But now we're holding strong here against Adrian Peterson. 3rd and 7. Holding to a field goal. Let's go. What's Fran Takerton got to be able to do? Adrian, oh, there we go. Yeah, let's go. Keep it in front of us. Protect the sticks as we get the very good stop. They get 2 back-to-back field goals, making it a 7-6 game, 1-point game. But now we have the ball in the red zone, trying to make it. Let's just fucking put up another touchdown, boys. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Walter Payton on the backfield. What are we gonna do? We're gonna audible to something here. I think we're gonna try it. What do we do? Alshon. Was that Alshon? Oh, that was Kevin White again. Kevin White having himself a career day. There we go. Especially with a quarterback with somewhat questionable accuracy throughout the season. There's been a lot of turnovers responsible by Jim McMahon. So that was, he had to thread the fucking needle on that play. Get the ball back, 2-minute drill, whatever. We'll take the lead here into the second half, 14-6. They're able to get another field goal. We're able to get another touchdown, 21-16. This game is going back and forth, and we will control here. 4 minutes counting down in the fourth quarter. We're on the 32, 3rd and 11. So let's try to make it happen. We could very well be able to kill out the rest of this game as we get Sweetness out of the backfield. It finally works. Touchdown, Walter Payton. Nice little touchdown reception there. Jim McMahon having himself one hell of a day coming up in the clutch, which, I mean, that's something that could be said for Jim McMahon throughout his career, that he plays big in big-time games. That's what we're doing. Oh, shit. Well, they were able to get a touchdown and establish some points, but we were able to hold on to the win and get ourselves into the playoffs. So, I mean, could not write that any better. Bears versus Vikings. Winner goes to the playoffs. Loser, I assume, went home, unless they somehow squeaked into the wild card. Let's take a look at the stats in this game. Very impressed with Jim McMahon. 261 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception for the BYU product. Walter Payton, 165 yards and 1 rushing touchdown. I mean, rinse and repeat for him. Kevin White, 6 receptions, 104 yards, 2 touchdowns. Walter Payton also had 62 yards and a receiving touchdown as well, but a big-time game for Kevin White. Dick Butkus led the team with 11 total tackles. We had a sack for Pernell McPhee, half sack for Jennings and Urlacher. No interceptions, unfortunately. So that did it. We're in the playoffs. So let's check out the final regular season stats. Jim McMahon, just shy of 4,000 total passing yards, 34 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions. So obviously the interceptions are a little bit high, but still a solid day for him. Walter Payton, almost 1,800 rushing yards, 9 rushing touchdowns. Gale Sayers, 367 yards, 4 rushing touchdowns. Jim McMahon also had 2 rushing touchdowns. But I mean, when we take a look here at Walter Payton's receiving stats, it's probably going to look pretty godly. Kevin White leading the team with 922 yards, 7 touchdowns. Mike Ditka, 850 yards, 6 touchdowns. Alshon just shy of 900 yards and 9 touchdowns. Hester, 502 touchdowns. Look at that. Walter Payton, well over 2,200 total yards, 14 total touchdowns. Oh, godly. Dick Butkus led the team with 127 tackles. Urlacher had 90, Briggs had 80, and Dent had 80. On the sack front, Pernell McPhee, 18 sacks. He thrived in that 46. Brian Urlacher, 11.5. Richard Dent, 11. Dan Hampton, 7.5. And Lance Briggs with 4. And looking at the interception side of things, Dick Butkus led the team with 3. Urlacher had 2. Tim Jennings had 2. And we had a bunch of guys who finished off with 1. So, I mean, those are your stats here as we go into the playoffs with a wild card round against the LA Rams, led by Marshall Faulk, Eric Dickerson, and Mr. Kurt Warner. So that's a very explosive offense. Defense, very good at too. I mean, one of those, more established franchises, if you will, in the NFL. So this definitely have we definitely have our work cut out for us here. As Alshon beat his man. And then, that was a great play by LaMarcus Jordan, because that Alshon was wide open if we could thread it in. Short corner, too. There just wasn't enough height on that ball. Probably should have used the thing to make it fucking throw it higher. But we're now found ourselves in a 7-0 hole. Super sim. Now it's 7-7 here. As the game, this is a defensive battle. 10-7. LA gets ahead here. As they get another field goal, 13-7. Okay, we might have to start controlling the game here. But luckily, we're picking up on the 17, so we're in the red zone. 7 points will give us the lead, so let's try to do our best to find our way into the end zone. And what better way to do that than use it by the, in my opinion, the MVP of this season, Walter Payton. Nice little 7-yard gain there as he's sitting on 105 yards already. Still got a lot of football left to play, so I'm expecting another big-time game. Don't go to the screen pass. Don't do the screen pass. We learned. Oh, look again. See, every time I see it, we learned our lesson. Screen passes do not work. As he gets, oh, there we go. Finds the hole, explodes through the hole like a fucking, like Peter North explodes in, Jesus, Tara Patrick's hole as we get the lead through Walter Payton. His back must be fucking broken from carrying this team. So now 3rd and 8. The Rams are trying to score as Kurt Warner hits Lance Kendricks. I think that's his name. For the conversion here. This Bears defense, the 46. Can they hold him to a field goal? Not even. I don't think they would kick a field goal too. Look at the time. Don't say something stupid shit like that, C4. With this game here is protect the end zone at all costs. Put Kurt Warner on his fucking ass. Hit him low if you fucking have to. Playoffs are on the line. This is a 1-season deal. So this is it. This is the legendary Bears franchise mode on the line. And we're going up against, you know, some fucking hellacious offense here with the Rams. Greatest show on turf with Eric Dickerson in the mix. Dan Hampton, you should have made a better play there. Oh, absolutely rocks Eric Dickerson on the 1-yard line. I think that's that Harold Jones Corte guy. Absolutely blows him up. 3rd and goal on the 1. All right, let's call up our best blitz here. Who are we gonna use her? Singletary. Let's use her Singletary. Let's try to make a play here before it looks like a pass. Let's get there. Get there. Oh, fuck off, man. Well, at least we got 4th down. Made him make a pretty stupid pass there. Let's go with the blitz again, man. That fucking worked. See what we're going there. Looks like they're running up. 2 tight end. Oh, this is a run. Get in the A gap. Get in the A gap. We got to guess the side. Guess the side. There we go. Tackle. Oh, no way. No way, man. Come on. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me, Eric Dickerson? Suck it. Look at this shit. Oh, William Perry fans on the fucking tackle, and Dickerson able to stumble into the goddamn end zone. Okay. Let's do this. 53 seconds. Field goal, tie, touchdown. We'll win it. Oh, no. I remember what happened here. Okay, don't judge me. Don't judge. Judge me on the play call, not what happens on this play. All right, we're going with one of the more cheesier plays in Madden history because, like I said, we need to be able to get this to go. And we have our 90-speed Devin Hester as he beats the man. This game's over, right? Look at this. I tried to go to taunt. I hit the X button, stumble to the ground. So maybe in your mind, you could act like maybe he had a cramp. He couldn't carry on. But I couldn't fucking believe when I did it. I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to have to fucking put this up on the channel because I've done too much to not really go back and re-record it. They're going to have to see, you know, maybe one of the biggest bloopers you're going to find on Madden in YouTube. I can't believe I fucking did that. But luckily enough, look at that. Hand it to the man that's done it all season long. Sweetness for the touchdown, making up for my absolute horrendous just knowledge of the controls as we go up 24-20. And that's it. We're moving on to the divisional round. Getting through the wild card against a very tough LA Rams / St. Louis Rams, whoever you want to call them. Let's take a quick look at the stats here. Jim McMahon, 225 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. So again, he doesn't have to put the team on his back, but this guy does. Walter Payton, 146 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. So there was through the air. We had the 1 touchdown to Royal, that big play to Hester, which let's just act like the play call happened, and then maybe just got a touchdown at the end. That Corty guy absolutely blew up Eric Dickerson. Sack for Butkus, a sack for McPhee, a couple half sacks there. As we get ready for the divisional playoff, a rematch against the 49ers. The 49ers absolutely shit pumped us in the regular season. They're definitely top 5 team that we're going to have to face. But then again, so are the Bears. The Bears are one of the highest rated rosters in this legendary rosters thing. So we're finding ourselves down 3-0. We gotta have to come up and win here. We're gonna need our defense to perform against Steve Young, Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, whoever's at quarterback. They got a lot of things, a lot of weapons to do. So we get Walter Payton, take it to the outside, get in. There we go. Boom. That is the lead. That is the fucking lead in those crisp all-white jerseys. But it is a rain game because why not? Why couldn't it be easy for me to throw the ball in this game? Let's just make it as difficult as humanly possible. As we're still up. They kicked the field goal, so we're up 7-6, still a 1 point lead here. We're trying to let our defense, the computer defense, do something. They get a touchdown, and they're starting to really pull ahead. We're going to need to make a play here as we're down 27-10. Almost touchdown or bust right now because, touchdown, kick it to them. Hopefully we can stop them, get another touchdown, and then we have to start getting into onside kick territory with this fucking weather, man, making it very, very difficult to throw the ball in this game. But let's see what we got here. We've still got a minute left in the third. I don't really like this route at all. I don't know why I picked it, but we'll go for it. Dicka. Oh, there we go. Nice little pass to Dicka across the middle. Nice 17-yard gain to put us on the 2-yard line. Running a no huddle for God knows what reason. They're gonna stop this fucking run. That was stupid. That was my own fault. We had to get in the eye. We had to get the fullback back there. The extra blockers. Almost a need here going up against some of these fucking legends on the 49ers. More so, they got Patrick Willis back there and Bowman at the linebacker spot. So, I mean, these guys here, they have the exact tools and what you need to stop a Walter Payton. So, let's try to get 7. Boom. Sweetness into the end zone. Making it a 27-17 game. So, we're definitely not out of it here, people. We can turn this around. Hopefully, our defense in the Super Sim can pick it up. Fingers crossed. Let's see what we can do. Okay, nope, I guess not. All right, 34-17, 2 minutes left. We will, it's not it. It's not over. We can get a quick touchdown here, onside kick. Doesn't really change the game a whole lot. All right, let's look at this route. I like Ditka. Ditka is usually my go-to on this kind of route. Tight ends find the way to get open. As we get sacked, because why not? I don't know who that was. I think that was Patrick Willis with the sack. God, he's fast. Had to burn timeout, which sucks. But hopefully, again, we still got 17 seconds before the 2-minute warning, so hopefully we can get something here to go. What do we like here? Alshon across the middle. Fucking Rain Man makes throwing the ball so hard. Alshon wide open. Nice little Alshon Jeffrey there. Oh, there we go. Moving it down to the 3. 11 seconds. That's called no huddle. Hopefully we can get it off before the 2-minute warning. Hut it. Oh, my God. If our fucking guard was faster, I might be able to get them to jump offside. Oh, look, the screen pass that we went to, everybody. That screen pass that I said we should not have to ever call again. Luckily, it was Sweetness to get back there and Dick had to make a tackle. But there you go. Like I said, that was pretty much the synopsis of this entire Bears franchise mode. Aside from seeing some legendary Bears play, is never, ever call a screen pass for the Bears. As we unfortunately suffered defeat in the divisional round with the Chicago Bears. So I'm going to have to wrap it up. I hope you guys did enjoy the Legendary Rosters Episode 1. Next video, I will be doing, obviously, the Philadelphia Eagles, but this was just my first little roundabout. Wanted to do something a little bit different than the Eagles to see if I can attract some more people. So if you guys continue to like this, I will continue to do it. So smash that like button and share the video around. If this is your first time stopping by, please subscribe to Beast Mode TV, because we're going to have, like I said, I have plans to do every single team, 32-team Legendary Rosters. We also have rebuilds on the way, Eagles Connected Franchise Mode, Fantasy Football, all that stuff. So this is your first time stopping by. Why not stick around for the long haul? Well, that'll do it for me here today, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, it's your boy C4, saying peace out.